All right, we are back for another edition live from Redhook Tuesday night, the Function House. Tonight we want to welcome our guest DJ Marty Rock.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
In the building.
Big anticipation for the show.
Oh,
That's
man.
Right.
Oh, man. Thank you guys for having me.
The hair is
He
correct,
blew out the
bro.
hair tonight, huh?
I'm trying.
Wish I had hair like that.
I had to retire the hats for a second.
Maybe you're going to donate some hair to the Function House tonight.
Hell yeah. Next haircut, I got you.
That shit's thick, bro.
Yo, it's the reeking in me.
No, it's good. I like it, man. So you're making some waves right now. I'm seeing you all over your social media game. Like, you're really on top of social media. I see, like, you're putting up pictures and you're putting up your calendar and stuff. Let's talk about, like, how you got into this and what separates you from all these DJs right now.
Actually, my dad was a b-boy, actually.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, so he's from the Bronx. So I would obviously hear the stories of the jams in the park and the battles, and they'd go here, they'd go to this borough, go to that borough. And then the music's always intrigued me since I was little. I played percussion. So it was something I always wanted to get into, but unfortunately my parents divorced. So my dad left, I stayed with my mother. And she could just afford to just keep the roof over our heads, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I got into it really late. It was always something I wanted to do. But I didn't get into it till I was able to fend for myself, till I was able to buy my own stuff, you know? My brother picked it up for a little bit. I would mess with his Newmark CD mixer for a little bit when he was in the Army, so he would go away. I'd sneak into his room, I'd scratch up all his CDs and stuff.
He must have loved you for
Oh,
that.
he loved it. I'd be like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. Mom cleaning the room, you know? And then I met a promoter. I grew up in Jersey. I met a promoter in Jersey. And then he's like, listen, I came up in the Latin market first. And then he's like, I want to leave the Latin market. I want to enter the mainstream market. And I like your selection. I like what you do. You know, you're a little rough around the edges, but we can work with it. And then
You weren't DJing long when
right,
yeah.
right. So that's when I got my first residency in Jersey. And their heavy hitters are big in Jersey, so they book all the heavy hitters in Jersey.
So what was the promoter that gave you your first start?
His name was Mike Tiggs.
Okay.
Yeah, his name was Mike Tiggs. And then so I opened up for all the heavy hitters like Yanni, Fat Fingers, So Dope. He was Spanky at the time. Enough, Camilo, all those guys. God, I was awful, man. Shit, I was awful. And then it wasn't until DJ G Kid, the same guy that helped Ammo, he was like, listen, man, I love your heart. I love you're fearless. You play fearlessly, you know. Just come over to my house. We'll work on some things. Came over to his house for about a week and really got into the mixing in and out and stuff. Then after that, then is when I started getting booked more, you know. Ammo started helping me. Shout out to Ammo. I love that guy. He's my heart. And then my birthday came around, and Junior put me on Highline Ballroom. Man, what a game changer that was. Holy shit.
It's a great room to DJ.
Bro, no. I shit the brick, dude. It was so bad, man.
Oh, my God.
It was bad. It was bad. Joe Messina's like, Joe, get this. Joe Messina's telling Junior, get this guy off. I'm playing freestyle. I'm playing like really open format, like I would in Jersey, you know. But man,
You're like, who is this kid?
yo, it was bad. Rick Wonder was on by like 11:30. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was really bad. And then I don't know. I just drank the
So I
pain
guess that
away
was a
at
low point in your career.
Yeah, it definitely was a low point. But I guess fast forward to now. Now I'm headlining that room once a month.
Well, how many years ago was that?
That was what, 3 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago. That was.
Wow, so that was a pretty quick swing, though.
Yeah, Junior kind of like called me one day and he was like, "Hey, can you handle it?" And again, Junior's another one. That's my heart. So I take personal relationships very serious. So I'd never want to let anybody down.
It's amazing how like promoters can make you feel at a party. Like when you're like, say you're fucking up and they like pull the plug on you. It could ruin you. It could blow your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could think about that for weeks. Were you like beating yourself up?
I was bummed out, man. I was like, they're never gonna invite me back. My first shot in the city, I blew it.
So what did you take away from that night where you're like, all right, I got to go back to the drawing board? Or what did you do after that night?
I learned not to force my style on people, especially at the club. You know, just because I listen to that stuff doesn't mean everybody else listens to that stuff, especially in the meatpacking district. The meatpacking district was still evolving at that time, you know. And that was like when EDM was big. So you know, but the room was weird because it was very, either you play EDM or you play hip hop. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this: did you ever go to that room before you played?
I didn't. No.
See, that's the thing.
No.
So like, I always, if I get booked someplace new, I'll always sneak in that place like on a Friday night, like not even letting the promoters know.
Yeah.
And I'll just to see the format of the room.
Yeah. Now I do that.
So now it's important to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I do that. Or I hit up a buddy that I know played the room or whatever. I be like, hey man.
Don't trust anybody.
No, close friend, a close friend.
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, yo, I played all house music, and you get there, it's like, yo, we don't play house music.
Right.
Like we play hip hop here.
Those are
Play
those
hip-hop.
haters.
Manager comes up, asks
Those
me
are
to play
those
Uptown
haters.
Girl and stuff.
It happens. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
man.
So musically, what goes into your music preparation for your sets?
It really depends on what room it is. Certain rooms I can't play as I would like, as open format as I would like. I found like recently the Lower East Side has been very, very open-minded. Like anywhere I play in the Lower East Side, it's like I can just go all in, like rock, alternative, reggae, hip hop, freestyle, all that, everything. You throw anything at them.
Reggae was like non-existent in the club for a couple of years, and now it's like making a comeback.
Yeah, now it's making a comeback because it's influencing a lot of the sound. Like Drake is real big on dancehall.
Rihanna.
Right, Rihanna. So it's but in the meatpacking it's very, very hip hop heavy, very hip hop, which I like hip hop, you know. I mean I can do without some of the new stuff, but again, we're people pleasers, so we have to play what's asked of us.
So Marty Rock, is that the first DJ name you had?
No.
So let me hear some of the DJ names.
Oh
you had.
God, this is awful. My first DJ name in the Latin market in Jersey was DJ Hype 1.
Yes.
Which was awful.
Hype
It
One.
was so bad. And that was just my cousin came up with that name because he hit up a buddy of his that was a promoter, and he's like, "Oh, I got you a gig." It was like a rat hole bar in like my hometown where I grew up, and he's like, "Yeah, he could bring 40 people, you know, whatever." I brought nobody, and he's like, so he tells me like, "Yo, I got you a gig. But by the way, you're DJ Hype 1." I was like, "What?"
He got you the gig and he named you.
I was like, "What?" Mind you, I was spending like the whole month trying to figure out a DJ name, so I was like, whatever.
So you went with it.
Yeah, but thank God I like moved away from Jersey for a little bit, so I kind of like, nobody knew me, but nobody knew me. I was a nobody, you know. I mean, I'm still a nobody, but nobody knew me. And when I got back, then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use my name. I'm just gonna go by Marty. And then it was just DJ Marty for a while. And then when I had that residency, the guy Mike Tiggs, I think Camilo was like running late or something, and he's like, "Yo, can you cover it? Like, I need you to go in right now." I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm going in or whatever. The party's rocking, and he's like, "Yo, you're rocking out, bro." He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna call you Marty Rock from now on, bro. You're rocking out." And I was like, "Yeah, that's got a good ring to it."
That's
yeah.
it.
Oh, that's got a good ring to it. And then I looked it up. There was no DJ Marty Rocks. There was Marty Play from New York. And then I was like, I'm gonna use it. That's it.
It does have a good flair to it.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
guess I like it.
So where are you playing? Where are your regular spots now?
Highline Ballroom once a month. Shout out to my fam from Highline, Mike B, John Rock, Junior, Reggie, all those guys. They treat me, Doc. They treat me well.
So are you still in Jersey? Are you doing
No,
some stuff in
no.
Jersey?
I left Jersey completely. It just wasn't my thing anymore. I got tired of seeing all the same faces in Jersey.
Yeah, because you don't see them in Highline. You don't see the same faces.
Yeah. Definitely not. No, but it was just I felt Jersey just didn't feel like home anymore, you know. And I got love out here in New York. They treat me well, and I feel like I'm hooked, man. I love the city. It's just I feel right at home. And
So what are some of the rooms you were inspired to play?
definitely Marquee, One Oak, Lavo. I've done Up and Down, which is I like that room.
Yep.
Shout out to Just Ski, actually. Just Ski just recently put me on to Up and Down, and it was dope. Like, it's funny because like I get to I'm about to close for him or whatever, and he looks over to me and he says, "Yo, you nervous, bro?" And I says, "Just Ski for what? This is what I work for. I'm a professional. This is what I do, you know." And there's like Ray Shrummer was like right in front of the booth and stuff, and I'm just like, all right, cool, you know. I was like, yo, so tell me what to play and what not to play, like, you know, because sometimes artists don't get along with other artists, you know. There's stuff you shouldn't play or whatever. So I was just like, you know, just let me know if there's something that there's a no go, you know. I mean, I definitely want to be asked back. So I just want a heads up. So that was cool. And then I was.
Jusky's a plug, man.
Oh, Jusky he's just a cool dude, man. I look up to that guy a lot. Like personally. Yeah. He's a businessman. You know, he turned what he loved into a bright future for him, and that's exactly what I want to do. You know, I have a son now, so it's not a party. No, it's not.
So juggling like a dad life and DJing, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But I gotta say, my wifey is just an amazing support. Like she's my rock. Like she's my better half. Like you're married. I'm pretty sure your wife is your better half.
Yeah,
you know.
Obviously.
I don't know if you're married.
Not married.
Yeah, but it's definitely due to her, and my family kind of helps us out as well. You know, whenever I want to pull her away from the baby, we'll go out to watch the baby. So, but it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. Like especially going out to network and stuff, which is that stuff. It's just part of the game. It's just the name of the game.
Yep, networking.
You gotta find that right
out,
balance.
Being out a couple days a week, like when you're not working, shaking hands, and you know, it's very important, especially now. Like, you know, you could be on Instagram and social media and be seen, like, you know, through people's phones, but you got to be out and people have to see you.
Yeah, exactly. My man Conflict from Miami, I met him because I had a residency in Atlantic City for almost 2 years at Dusk in Caesars, and the promoter hits me up and he's like, yo, my guy is in town from Miami. He's playing Premiere in the Borgata. He's like, he wants to know if he could use your video guy. I was like, yeah, cool. So we went down, we met him. Yo, from the door, we hit it off. And like, cool guy. He's signed to Rich Group, which is killing it right now. They're out of Miami and LA. And then since then, you know, I kind of picked his brain apart. And I was like, yo, how are you so successful? You know, how are you killing these clubs like nationwide, Japan, everywhere? And he was telling me things. And finally, he came into New York like a year after I met him. He did Up and Down first. Then we went to One Oak. And I actually like walked in with him to One Oak. And yo, this guy's shaking everybody's hand, like from the door. Like, bro, the door guy, the bar back, the guy at the bathroom handing you little towels. And he's like introducing himself like, hey, I'm Juan. Hey, I'm Juan, you know? And I kind of picked that up from him, you know? Like, remember that saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil? You know what I mean? So it's like, just don't go in there and be Hollywood, because nobody owes you a damn thing, you know? Like, especially in New York. We're in an oversaturated market. Let's be honest here, you know? So my whole thing is I want to be remembered, you know? So I started doing that. I shake everybody's hand. I learned all the security guards' names, the door guys. You know, the door guys, they're lurch, you know, standing at the door or whatever. But usually you crack a smile from them, whatever you do, you say something stupid, whatever, they'll remember you, you know?
Yep.
That's
And
right.
I'd rather be remembered for being a clown than being an asshole. So
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, the more personable you are, the better.
yeah. I mean, it's worked for me thus far, you know? I mean, either you love me or you hate me, you know? At the end of the day, I still love you, you know?
Yeah.
What about production? Do you ever get into production, making beats and stuff like that?
Yeah, actually, I'm working on that right now. I'm very self-conscious about it. I'm actually
Everybody is.
right. Yeah.
So you probably got tracks that you just never want to release.
Right. DJ Yanni is probably one of my mentors, and he's I spent a lot of time in the studio with him when he lived in the East Coast, and it was intriguing, you know, to see what something is just a hit that you find, a sample, and it becomes something that rings off in the clubs, you know. And I was amazed. Me being a percussionist, I was like, all right, I gotta bite the bullet. I gotta learn this stuff, because I'm impatient. Like I'm like, if I don't know something, I give up so quick. I'm just like, ah, fuck Ableton, you know. But right now it's and then my man D-Star, who's signed to 4AM now, he's actually one part of Solid Disco.
Yeah.
He's actually been nice enough. I opened for him at Providence in AC, and we hit it off. And he was just like, yo, if you're in New York, pass by the studio. And then I went to hang out, and he's started asking him questions, and he's like a genius with that stuff. So he started putting it in layman's terms for me, because I'm like a retard. Like, for me to learn, you gotta like really like give me numbers so I could paint by, you know. And that's what he was doing. He was like making files, giving them to me, like really making it easy for me to learn, you know. And now I just fly through Ableton, and I love it. It's something that I wish I could do more, but it's
Not
patience.
enough hours in the day.
man, it's definitely not enough hours in the day. Definitely not. Like being a dad, DJing, still working a day job, you know.
So what gigs do you have coming up?
Actually, I'm gonna start a new residency in Buffalo with my man Mike B. who was the door guy at Highline. He's moving out there for business, and he's starting a Sunday party called Swish Sundays. And it's, I guess Buffalo's a big sports town, so we're gonna bring bounce to Buffalo. That's nice. Basically.
You spoke to Cole about that?
And then and I have a gig this weekend at the Garden, for a VIP suite for Mark Anthony's concert.
Wow, that should be cool.
Yeah, actually, we're doing me and my man Finest back there. Shout out to DJ Finest. We're going Friday to Connecticut, and then Saturday we're gonna be at the Garden. So
you keep him busy.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to get this corporate money, man. It's definitely money. There's definitely money in the corporate world, and it's fun. Like, you never know who you meet at these events, you know.
Yeah.
It's mad fun. Some of them I like. I mean, I could do without the carrying of the equipment and stuff, but
it's good exercise.
I know, right?
So what do you love and hate about the game right now?
Nightlife wise?
Yeah. Well, the whole DJ game in general, getting on, getting yourself into rooms that you can't get into. Like, what is like the most stressful thing and the thing you love about the business right now?
So the most stressful thing about it is actually getting into the spots, getting your money, because there's so much that comes to play. You know, everybody wants you to book a table. Oh, sell this, sell that. You know, and sometimes you call people out and they just don't know how to act. You know, they don't know how to act, and it's like to me. I stopped doing that because I feel like the business relationship was more important, you know? So if I would bring somebody out, they act a fool, they get into a fight or something, they get kicked out, that bounces back to me, no? So the promoter's going to be like, oh, this guy's trouble. Like, we don't want this guy here no more, you know?
That's how I got kicked out of every room in New York City.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's happened to me sometimes in Jersey. It's happened to me a couple times, you know? So that kind of bothers me because it's like, all right, man, like, if you're a promoter, you know, I mean, it's old school, you know, that's an old school mentality. Like, oh, promoters bring the crowd, you rock it out. But, I mean, it's definitely not like that anymore. It's a new day, you know. There's tons of good DJs out there. There's tons of good DJs in New York. I know hundreds of great DJs in New York that are not in any of these rooms, you know. And you just, there's so much more than just being a good DJ now. You got to be marketable. You got to bring people. You got to be likable. You got to be professional. You got to be a designer. You got to be a video guy. You got to be a photographer. There's so many things you got to do now, you know. And it's either you get with the times, or it's either you shape up or ship out. Really, that's what it is.
So, do you think it really matters, though, as a DJ these days, to have to play in a room like Marquee or One Oak or Lavo, or you think it matters?
Absolutely, because everybody knows it's no secret that New York, you're not gonna become a millionaire from being a DJ in New York. It's clear as day. But if you want to get that out of town money, you definitely need those on your resume, you know, like the One Oak and the Marquees and stuff. I mean, look at Nick Russo. Shout out to Nick Russo, who's been feeding me too. He's been helping me out a lot in my career. But you know, he was in One Oak, and it opened the door for him for Japan, and you meet celebrities and stuff like that, you know. So those are definitely resume builders, and those are good places to be. And it's everybody wants to be there, you know. It's like if you're a football player, you want to be in the NFL, you know. That's the NFL of New York nightlife. It really is.
But what do you think is going to differentiate one open format DJ from the next open format DJ, where they're going to sort of solidify themselves at the top of the game?
Oh, your relationships. Definitely your relationships and the way you carry yourself, you know. Like, I'm a loudmouth. I'm Puerto Rican, you know, so I'm a hothead. I'm a loudmouth. And I would go on rants on Facebook, and then automatically people would hit me up like, yo, take that down right now. You know, and I learned my lesson. You know, I was young, but nobody wants somebody who's very negative, you know. So now I just brush it off, you know.
You're probably like, yo, fuck the Function House. They don't want to have me?
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. Nah. I just said I'm going to be there one day, you know. I'm a strong believer in speaking things into existence. So
you threw it out there.
Yeah, that's it. And I was, and then anytime I had the chance to hit up Vitale or you, or, you know, there was a contest that was supposed to happen for the 4 a.m. thing, I hit him up right away, you know. As soon as the up and coming thing came up, I hit him up. Because again, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You know what I mean? Squeaky wheel gets the oil. I mean, there's definitely more qualified DJs that were here this month. Shout out to Greg Groove, shout out to P.D. Smalls, shout out to my other man. What was his name? Pinto. But I feel like I'm organic. You know, everything I've done so far is I don't have rich parents. I don't have people in the business. You know, like everything I've done is from the relationships I've established. You know. Like Highline is probably my favorite room to play right now, and that's a blessing to be able to play that once a month. And I owe it to my guys, like just solely to my guys, you know. And I'm pretty sure if I was a douchebag, they would have never booked me, you know. They'd be like, get out of here with this kid, you know.
Those guys are not easy to deal with over at Highline.
Nobody's easy to deal with in New York nightlife, you know. Nobody is, but you either smile and say have a good day, or you know, you shoot yourself in the foot.
Your job is that you have like 5 jobs now, like you just said. So it's not just about DJing.
Right.
It's obvious you know how to DJ, and I know all your people know that you're an ill DJ. So they know you're not a DJ, but now you got to bring girls.
Yeah.
You got to be on social media. You got to book tables. You know, you got to listen to management. When management tells you to play a record, you better make sure you have that record.
Yeah.
You have to think about who could possibly come to this club tonight, what celebrities, what rappers could be here.
Yeah.
I better make sure I have their new shit.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot that goes into DJing now.
There's
It's not
tons
like
of
you
it,
just
yeah.
pack up your crates and you're walking into a club, and if you don't have it in your crates, you don't have it. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that goes into DJing.
Yeah, and also you got to deal with the sound guys that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, lower the bass.
Yeah, it's just.
Or the DJ booths that are wrecked.
Oh my God, bro! The crossfaders.
You're
Like,
not gonna have any problem here.
No, I'm good. I'm good here. Everything's good in the hood over here. But what I love about what I do, I'm sorry, I kind of ignored that question, is walking in and being kind of a nobody in the club, you know, and then you walk out and all these people congratulate you, dab you up, thank you, you know. I had like a 40-year-old guy come up to me once. Not saying that's old or anything, but he like came up to me.
I'm a 40.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
I'm 39.
I had like a 40-year-old guy come up to me one time at Highline, and he's like, "Bro, when you dropped White Lines, bro, holy shit," you know.
That was probably the only song he knew.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a good feeling though, because it was, you know, but it's always like that.
That
like,
was me who came up to him.
Nah, but it's. I don't want to brag and say that every set that I do is perfect, but you know, the majority of the time people come up to you and thank you or say you did a good job, and that's what it's all about to me, man. It's just, you know, management comes up, you know, you walk in, they treat you like a douchebag, but halfway through your set they're like, "Hey, you want anything to drink?
Yeah.
What are you drinking?" You know.
Yep. And the next time you come, they hand you a couple drink tickets.
Right, couple drink tickets. I got a bottle ticket at Up and Down one time.
Wow.
Moving up. Nah, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite part of the game. Just and I've always been like that. Like proving people wrong. It's something that I love to do. You know, like my boy Yanni tells me the hardest punch in the face is success. Just succeed. You know, that's the hardest hit you could ever give somebody.
That's right.
Well, listen, we're happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Looking forward to hearing your set.
Oh, I'm looking forward to playing it. Just so you know, I'm playing stuff I want to hear. I DJ about 4 nights a week. Yeah, I DJ 4 nights a week. I hear Despacito a million times.
For DJs that want to come and rock
Word.
out, so you can do whatever you want here.
Word. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. And thank you guys for doing what you do. You know, you guys give us a platform to be us, you know, like people never hear this version of Marty Rock when they come to Highline, you know, or when they come to Up and Down, or when they come to Beauty in Essex, you know, and I'm humbled and grateful to you guys. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we're going to get Marty Rock up on the turntables.